Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be doing a full face makeup tutorial using pretty much all drugstore and affordable products. A couple of the products are not found at the drugstore, but they are still affordable. But most of them can be found at Walmart, Target, Rite Aid, CVS, and Walgreens. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up down below. And if you have any other great drugstore product suggestions, please leave those down in the comments below for me because I'm always looking for other great affordable products. So yeah, if you guys love a great drugstore find as much as I do, and you would like to see the products that I used from the drugstore to create this look that I am wearing right now, then please keep watching because it's all coming up next. So I've already primed and set my lids and done my brows, but just for good measure, I'm going to go in and put a little bit more shadow on my lid. I'm going to use this NYX eyeshadow. It is one of their Nude Matte Shadows. I really love these. It's in the color Kiss the Day, and it's like this yellowy skin tone color, great for setting eye primer. So I'm just taking a fluffy eyeshadow brush and just going over my whole lid. And I am going to cheat just a little bit and use just this one MakeupGeek eyeshadow in Beaches and Cream. I'm just used to using it every day as my first transition color, and I don't feel comfortable not using it. So yes, I'm going to use this really pretty Real Techniques round eyeshadow shader brush. And I'm going to just start to apply that color to the crease. And just blending that color up towards my eyebrow a little more. And now I'm going to jump back into another NYX Nude Matte Shadow. This one is in the color Maybe Later, and it's just this really nice like camel-y transition color. And I'm going to use that same Real Techniques brush. And again, blending it in at the crease. I'm just going to work that from inner corner to outer corner and then begin to blend that up into my first transition color. And I'm just using circular motions and blending up towards my eyebrow again with this color just so that everything's nice and soft and transitioned. So now that my transition color is nice and blended, I'm just going to pop a little bit of color on my lid. I'm going to be using this Maybelline eyeshadow in the color Vanilla. This is one of my favorite drugstore eyeshadows ever. I use it for my inner corner highlight and will be doing that as well later on. So I'm going to use this e.l.f. flat packing eyeshadow brush for this, and I'm just going to apply this all over my lid. And just kind of softly blending it at the crease. I don't want to go up beyond my crease with this light color. Now I'm going to take this Almay liquid liner in black. It is hypoallergenic, so it's really sensitive on my sensitive eyes. I'm going to do a pretty big wing because that's what I normally like to do, and I'm going to start just at my upper lash line and just start to apply that product really close so there's no gaps. And now I'm just going to start to build out my thickness a little bit. I want it to be thinnest at my inner corner and kind of graduate to a thicker line here. So now that I have that thickness and graduation that I want, I'm going to start to do my wing. And I'm just going to start really where my lower lash line ends. Now I'm going to go in and match this on the other side. And now connect from the thickest part of my lash line to the end of my wing. Now that the most detailed parts of my eyes are done, it's time to prime my face because I'm going to go into my face routine soon and then finish up the rest of my eyes later. Unfortunately, I ran out of my normal drugstore primer, so I'm just going to be using my little sample of my Smashbox Photo Finish Primer. Please forgive me. I will have a primer on my next drugstore video, I promise. So the most important places to apply primer are where your pores are the most pronounced, so I focus like on the T-zone and my cheeks mainly, but I do put it all over my face. A lot of primers need time to absorb into your skin before you just throw on your foundation. So while this one is soaking in, I'm going to just pop on a pair of false lashes. I'm just going to use the Ardell double stacked lashes that you can find at the drugstore or grocery store, and I will be right back. Okay, so I applied these double up Ardell lashes from the drugstore using my favorite lash glue, this Duo Dark Tone lash glue that's also from the drugstore. And then I just coated my natural lashes in Great Lash Mascara once the glue had dried, just to blend my natural lashes into my false. And if you want to see a lash tutorial, I just did one recently and it is down below. I'm going to go ahead and jump into foundation now. I'm going to be using this Revlon Colorstay Whipped Foundation. It is a full coverage cream foundation. I'm just going to first dot this kind of all over my face. And now just using my Morphe M439 blending brush, I'm going to start to buff this in. And after I did my eyebrows, I went around them with concealer just so that when I did my foundation, I didn't have to get right up to them and mess them up. Now that my foundation's all blended in, I'm going to go in with this Maybelline Master Concealer in the color Fair. And now using my damp beauty blender, I'm just going to bounce this all in and blend it in. Before it starts to crease on me, I'm going to set all of that concealer using my new NYX Blotting Powder. This is in the color Light Clair, and it's just this really nice, light, almost translucent powder that really just is great for brightening and setting concealer. And I'm just using my favorite e.l.f. blush brush for this. I use this blush brush for several things besides blush. So just like patting that on, I'm just going to pack it all in and set that concealer really nicely so it stays throughout the day. Now I'm just setting the other parts of my face that just have foundation on them in just a darker color powder. And now that everything's nice and set, I'm going to go in with contouring. I'm going to cheat a little on this one and use my Benefit Hoola bronzer. If anyone knows of a really good matte drugstore bronzer that's more on the cool tone side, please let me know. And I'm just using this big e.l.f. Fluffy Complexion brush. I like it for just like more of a bronze contour. And I'm just going to suck in and apply to the hollows of my cheeks. And taking this flower eyeshadow brush from the drugstore and using that same bronzer, I'm just going to contour my nose a little bit. And just take that product down the sides of my nose, just making it look a little slimmer. And now taking my Airspun powder, I'm going to use this e.l.f. contouring brush and just define my contour and let that all bake while I do the rest of my makeup. This Airspun powder has been around forever, and it is a great alternative to the Laura Mercier translucent setting powder. Okay, so while that's all baking on my face, I'm going to finish up my eyes. I'm just going to create a little bit of a shadow below my eye, going back into that NYX Nude Shadow from earlier, the Maybe Later, and just a little pencil brush from the drugstore. I'm just going to smoke that out below my eyes just a little bit. I'm just going to coat my lower lashes in some Maybelline Great Lash. Now using this Rimmel liner and in the nude, I'm just going to line my waterline. So eyes are pretty much done, but I'm going to go ahead and finish the face. And I like to start with highlight before blush. That way it feels like the highlight's coming from within. So this is technically not a drugstore product. It is a Colourpop product, but this is an $8 highlighter that I ordered online, and it's pretty awesome. The color is Stole the Show, and it is like a cream-based highlighter that's this really pretty light goldish color. I love using this e.l.f. Duo Fiber brush to apply this. So I'm going to apply this to the high points of my cheeks, right on my cheekbone. I'm also going to just apply it a little right above my lips on my Cupid's bow. And just using my finger, I'm going to pop a little bit on the tip of my nose. And because that was a cream highlighter and I love a good highlight, and I happen to have this drugstore highlighter from Wet n Wild, I'm going to go ahead and set it using this. This is in the color Reserve Your Cabana, and it's like a really light, creamy, subtle highlighter. So I'm just going to use this to set it. And I'm using another one of those e.l.f. brushes, just a clean one that hasn't had cream product on it. And I'm just going to sweep that right over the Colourpop. And for blush, I'm going to be using this Wet n Wild Apricot in the Middle blush. This is my favorite blush of all time. It's just a really peachy, warm toned color. It's not too pink, and it's kind of closer to a bronzer. And using another one of those e.l.f. blush brushes that I love, I'm just going to apply that on the apples of my cheeks and marry it to my contour and my highlight. Since that's pretty much it for the face, I'm going to go ahead and remove this Airspun powder just with a powder brush. And now that that's all dusted away, the last step to just my face is a little inner corner highlight and a little highlight under my eyebrows. And for this, I'm going to go back to that Maybelline eyeshadow in Vanilla. I actually like to use the little applicator that comes in the palette because I feel like it just goes on more intense with that. And I don't need to blend it out so much right in the inner corner, so I just pop it on like that. And using that same applicator, I'm just going to pop a little bit right under the arch of my eyebrow. Okay, so I am done with everything other than lips, so I'm going to go ahead and set everything. I'm going to use this e.l.f. setting spray. It's a great affordable setting spray. Just shake it up really well. And then I'm just going to spritz this all over my face pretty generously. And now I'm just going to go fix up my hair again, and I'll be back to finish lips and complete this look. Okay, so I'm going to cheat a little bit on lips. I'm also going to use Colourpop. So not technically a drugstore product, but as affordable as a drugstore product. These liquid lips are $6 a piece. This is the color Chai, and it is an ultra matte lip. Okay, so that is Colourpop's Chai. I still don't know how it's pronounced. Just to use some drugstore lip product, I'm going to top it off with this Revlon lip gloss. This is in the color Snow Pink, and it's like a pinky peachy color that has these really pretty gold and like really iridescent glitter flakes in it. So I'm just gonna put this over the top of Chi. Okay, so here is the finished look with the nice soft lip with the Colourpop Chi and the Revlon lip gloss over top. So this is a really great just kind of everyday glam look if you like wearing more over the top makeup but want to keep it a little more on the daytime side. This is a great look. And yeah, I don't wear color very often, but I homemade myself this tie-dyed shirt, and it was supposed to be black, but it came out a little blue. So I'm feeling pretty inspired by the color in my shirt, and I figured why not give you a second lip color option. Because this is a really neutral eye look, you can really pair it with any lip color on the spectrum. So yeah, I have a little surprise in store for you if you haven't already guessed. Okay, so I just really wanted to show you guys just how versatile an eye look can be. If you keep the colors really neutral on shadow, you can really do any color lipstick under the sun. So I went with one of my craziest colors, my Colourpop Jellies Ultra Matte Lipstick. It's this really pretty, vibrant royal blue color. Generally, if I'm going to add a big pop of color, it's going to be on my lips and not on my shadows, even though I do play with colored shadows from time to time. This is definitely my favorite place to make a statement. So I hope you guys like this color. I figured I'd just throw in one more. Why not? So yeah, I hope you guys really enjoyed this drugstore tutorial. I hope I showed you some cool new products that you guys will go out and try. And if you do, please tell me what you think about them. If you guys have any suggestions for videos you'd like to see in the future, please also leave that in the comments down below. So thanks so much for tuning in again. And again, I hope you enjoyed this, and I'll see you in my next one. Bye.